Hello and welcome to our top 10 weapons list. The weapons in this list were chosen based purely on their looks. Things like integration weren't taken into account. There are hundreds of different weapon mods out there, and choosing only 10 was extremely difficult. Remember, this is our personal top 10, you may disagree with our choices, but a list like this will always be controversial. So let's get started. Starting us off at number 10 is Aries. Aries is one of the two swords from the Aries and Tombstone Norse Greatsword mod, and we had a tough time choosing between the two, but in the end we think Aries comes out on top. This is one of the least endorsed files on this list, and we think it's a hugely underrated mod. The textures on it are crisp and clean, and we really like the detailing on the blade of the sword. It's a great way to start this list off.
And moving straight on to number 9 we have Liliths Doombringer. This is the 10th weapon made by the author, and it's also his latest release. Having followed his work from the very beginning, we've noticed a massive improvement in his weapons. The Doombringer is a highly detailed weapon that comes in two forms, a one-handed mace and a two-handed warhammer. But we prefer the one-handed version and think it looks amazing while dual wielding. It's another underappreciated weapon in our opinion, and we're glad it made the list.
At number 8 we've got the only bow on this list. It's Twister, an ancient orcish bow. This is our favourite bow mod, and the design of the twisted wood is what makes it a great weapon choice for us. It's unique but still modest enough to go well with almost any armour out there. Along with its twisted shape, the repeating pattern along its grip gives it a nice added touch of detail. It's a great all-round bow.
At number 7 we have the Daedric Crossbow. It was released back in August and was an instant hit with plenty of modders, and being one of the first new crossbows to be released, it shot straight up in popularity, and is still one of the most popular available crossbows right now. The weapon uses bits and pieces of other Daedric items and the vanilla crossbows to bring together a new, bigger and badder crossbow. As expected, the weapon fits in very well in game, and if you have Dawnguard, it's definitely a weapon to try out.
For our number 6 we've got the Loner's Sword, a unique one-handed sword that comes with its very own custom sheath. The metal textures on this sword is what got our attention. In our opinion, it has some of the most realistic looking metal out of the weapons we've seen, and it has a very heavy feel to it. It's definitely one of the most realistic swords out there. The Loner's Sword is a bare bones weapon that'll get any job done.
And at number 5 we have Insanity's Power Blade. This is the most recent release in our top 10 and is one of Insanity's latest weapons. This is also the only replacer weapon in our list, and it comes with a unique mesh and textures to essentially create a whole new weapon. As with most of Insanity's work, the attention to detail is outstanding, and we really like the hilt of the weapon, which features glowing orbs and a woman covered with robes. The original Power Blade is a little plain, but Insanity has done a good job in making the unique Power Blade truly unique.
In at number 4 we've got the Longswords mod. This is the only mod on our list that isn't an individual weapon, but we felt that such a great mod definitely deserves a place on this list. All of the longswords are similar and share the same lore-friendly theme, so it was too difficult to choose just one of them to be on this list. This is a definite must-have mod for anyone who enjoyed the longswords in Oblivion.
Moving on to number 3, we have a weapon from the Lord of the Rings weapon collection, and we've decided to choose Sting. Being fans of the series and given the high quality nature of the mod, at least one of the weapons from the collection just had to make it in our top 10. Sting is both highly detailed and a great recreation of the original weapon. Unfortunately, it doesn't glow when orcs are near, but the author has included an alternate glowing version called Spiderbane. There's also some higher quality textures that have been made recently available, so be sure to try out that too if you give the weapon collection a go.
And as we get closer to our number 1, we've got Insanity's Celtic Katana at number 2. We love all of Insanity's work, but the Celtic Katana is definitely our favourite. The textures on this are extremely high res and are sharp even up close. We especially like the hilt of the katana. The fabric wrapped around it looks great and really gives the weapon its own unique edge. The Celtic Katana definitely deserves its place at number 2 on this list.
And finally, at number 1 we have a weapon from the Jace's Swords pack, and we've decided to go with Azurbrand. Choosing a weapon for the top slot was incredibly difficult, even more so than in our top 10 armors video. There's a bunch of other great weapons in the Jace's Swords collection alone that probably could have made the list, but in the end we decided to pick just one, and we went with Azurbrand. The highly detailed weapon has the whole package, a great hilt, detailed pattern work on the crossguard, and a fitting blade. We also like how well it fits into the game alongside the other weapons, and think it'd make for a great unique weapon. And that's why it's taken our number 1 spot. As we've already mentioned, choosing and putting the 10 weapons into what we felt was the right order was difficult, but in the end we're happy with the list. If your favourite weapon didn't make the list, then let us know down below what it is so others than ourselves can check it out too. Also, let us know down below what other type of mod we should feature in our next top 10 video, and if you haven't already seen our top 10 armors, then you can click the annotation on screen now. And as always, remember to leave an endorsement for any of the mods you enjoy, and thanks for watching.